Oh shit.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro?
How you doing? Thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Añejo on the rocks.
Okay.
And
We doing an aho on the rocks?
that's what should properly be drank if you're just like sipping some tequila.
Done.
All right, so is it true that you and Chris met at TRL
It's
at
true.
a Destiny's Child concert?
I mean, I wouldn't say we met at a Destiny's Child concert,
That's just what the
but
internet's doing.
we met at Total Request Live when Destiny's Child was the guest. It was like the year 2000.
Old.
We had never met. Yeah, so like we were both in New York City at something called CMJ,
Okay.
which was a music convention. Think like South by Southwest,
Yeah.
but like pre-South by Southwest, when college radio was a booming industry, before the blogs, before
Yeah.
all that stuff. This was year 2000. The business of college radio was a big business because it was where record labels could test and learn which records, which bands were like working. And
Yeah.
so instead of it being like, oh, this is hot on the blogs or this is hot on Spotify, it was like, oh no, this is working at college radio. And so there was a whole industry around college radio. And so we were in New York representing our respective college radio stations. I was at Ithaca College in upstate New York, WICB. Chris was at Colorado State, representing KCSU. Both of those stations were like two of the top 10 college radio stations in the country. And this guy that worked us records called us each individually, and it was like, I'm putting my 6 favorite music directors together to go to TRL, which at that moment, for the young Gen Z people out there who don't know much about television, MTV was like the biggest thing around.
Sounds
and
so cool.
and Total Request Live, Carson Daly style, was like that. Like, you know, there were people piled outside on Broadway and Times Square, just like waiting for the big bands to come through, right? And it was a whole thing. And so we both got invited. And, oh, that's really good. We both got invited, and we wound up meeting each other online, getting into TRL, and we were sat next to each other right behind Carson, and became immediate friends. And so like
Immediately you liked each other.
well, immediately, and then the first thing was like Destiny's Child was the guest, and we're just like these two like dudes, and like there's like all these teeny boppers around, right? And like first commercial break, Destiny's Child comes out, and we're sort of like, and then immediately in the first commercial break, they were like, "You two back there," right? Like they didn't want us anywhere near the shot, which was funny. But yeah, that day we kind of hit it off, went and drank way too many beers that night, and like hatched plans to take over the music business together.
Really?
And that's how it all started.
The fun of that summer carry you through almost a decade in music, like the excitement.
Yeah, I mean, I was always just dead set on getting in the music business. And when we graduated college, Chris and I graduated the same year. He immediately got a job working in radio promotion at Lava Records, which was part of Warner Music Group, and ultimately was part of Atlantic Records. I wound up getting a job. I had a couple different like weird jobs in the music business. I was making playlists for a company called MusicNet. So I was running all their programming, hip hop, trip hop, alternative, rap, like just like, it was like a Spotify before Spotify, but like so archaic, but just like, it was hilarious. And then wound up at a PR company, which actually was amazing. It was me and this woman, and she taught me without really teaching me, just like threw me into the fire of learning how to be a publicist, which I had never in a million years thought that would be something I would do, but ultimately was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, because when you learn comms and you start to think like a PR person, you can do a lot of stuff. You know, in transitioning into being an entrepreneur, for me at least, the PR skill set was like a big part of our success, to be honest. With and so it was really interesting. But I got into music, to PR and music, not just because I landed in it, and then wound up at a couple smaller companies, and then eventually wound up at Warner Music Group as well. And so Chris and I were at the same company. And we had.
Did you guys live in LA together?
We both lived in New York. We were both in New York, and we were going out every night and going to shows 5 nights a week. And so we became the people in our circle that, knew all the stuff. And at work, or our friends would always hit us up being like, yo, I got a date tonight, where should I go? Or it was like at work where Chris's boss would text us and be like, yo, Kid Rock's coming to town. Like, we're gonna be like 40 people. He likes Mexican food. Tom Brady might come.
Yeah.
What do we got, right? And the answer was like always La Esquina for that thing back then, and probably still is. But does that place exist anymore? I don't know. I think it does. I think it still
The
exists.
basement's still there, yeah.
But you know, we became just these dudes in the mix, and we sort of, you know, had always, since the day we met till the day we started this thing, had like wanted to do something together and build a business.
Is it revisionist history that the business didn't really begin as a business? It began as like a
Or
was it an intentional, like, we're gonna start a thing, this is how we're gonna do
I think we started a thing with the intention of, if it worked, maybe this could be our thing, right? It was never like, oh, we're obsessed with eating out so much we're gonna write about it. It was like, no, there's a need for this, there's a hole to fill, and people keep coming to us for this, just like restaurant recommendations, like, does this place have a great burger? Is this great for a first date, which is different than date night with your husband or wife? Can I take my parents here? Is it open late night? Like situational dining needs. Nothing was like built with like that in mind to be almost like a product for the generation that we were stepping into, which is the mobile generation, where when we started in 2009, Twitter was brand new, the iPhone was brand new, and you know, the best thing New York had for restaurant reviews was like the back page of New York Magazine that had all these things listed, but oftentimes was like, this chef worked here, or like, this chef worked there. And like, most people don't really, like the chef, like props to the chefs, but like most people don't follow chef culture. They just wanna know if this place is great for a specific type of occasion. And you know, we were sort of like, all right, like we kind of followed that pitch, like not that we were trying to be Pitchfork, but like that model made sense because it was relatable, right? And I think that was sort of the inspiration for, part of the inspiration for like what we were like, cool, we can just write relatable restaurant reviews and be very honest and see if people care, and like put perfect four categories all around them. And then we rushed to make an app really quickly because we were like, nobody else has done this. If we can make a cool, useful app that was filled with enough content so that it would be useful when you're standing on the corner of Mott Street and Houston and you're looking for a place to go. And like, you know, that was sort of the beginning. And then we started, you know, people cared.
When did you know that the two of you shouldn't be running this business independently anymore?
I don't think it was that we knew we would. We were ready. What we built, the plan, we were always looking to sell the company to the right acquirer, right? Like we weren't necessarily.
That'd be your advice to any business owner?
I think everybody's different. You know, our goal, that was our goal. Like we wanted to sell the company, you know, and but like for the right reasons and to the right acquirer, right? Like we didn't just want to like sell to anybody, and we really didn't want to sell to a media company. Like we were a content company, but I think we looked at ourselves more as a almost like a platform, or you know, just we're always trying to like prove valuable to our consumers.
How do you think the pursuit of authenticity is meeting this time we're in now, where everything is automated and
I think it's
thrown into a machine to create?
Thrown into a machine, algorithms, AI, all the stuff. Well, I honestly think that.
You worried?
I'm not worried. I think that curation and like human connection is actually the counter to all the AI. Like there's going to be so much stuff that's so similar, and people are going to be able to get information so quickly.
Totally.
That this like, you know, curated restaurant reviews for the, like, I'm not worried about the infatuation at all, because we're going to still like, you still need somebody that you actually trust to tell you what this is. Like you're not like, you don't know, ChatGPT's spilling out information, you know, like you're not going to trust the AI robot the same way you're not going to generally trust the like financial institution, or you're not going to trust like, you know, just the restaurant blogger who's on the take that like, this is all real, which is part of why JPMorgan Chase acquired us, because people will trust the infatuation and left us alone, because that's a brand people trust. And if you can retain that trust, you know, that's worth even more in a world of wild AI nonsense.
There's a Scarsdale kid who's at Ithaca College right now on the radio. Probably 3 people are listening. Maybe it's streaming, but probably not. He's like
loves music, flirting with the idea of being an entrepreneur, what's the advice?
The advice is show up. Like, get out of your comfort zone, go to the stuff, make relationships, build connections. Nothing is gonna happen to you. It's not just gonna fall in your lap. You gotta like build connections and relationships with people. Get involved in stuff you're passionate about. Like college radio was the most unbelievable conduit for me to like the outside world. Like I got involved in, I couldn't care less about my classes or school. All I cared about was the radio station. And I gave everything I had to that station and it was amazing. And I met this guy, John Landman, through that, who used to go to Ithaca, was a music director like me, started a company called The Syndicate. He was the guy that introduced me and Chris and like started this whole process, right? And like,
Child 2000.
and it just all comes down to relationships. And so much of my professional success, so much of my entrepreneurial and business success has come down to just, you know, being able to talk to people, being able to build relationships. And, you know, I think that's your network is your net worth in so many ways. It's cliche to say, but it's real. Like, don't lose touch with people. Stay interested. It's not all transactional. Like, don't ask for shit all the time. Like actually care about people and build those relationships because, you know, you never know where these people wind up. And now people that I started building relationships with when I was a junior publicist as a 22-year-old, right? We're all in our mid 40s now. And it's amazing to see where everybody is, right? And like, you gotta stay close to the people. So I don't know, that's at least for me from where I've come from and what I've built over the years. That's what it is. Show up, go to the things where people go to the conventions, go to things, go by yourself, be uncomfortable. Go meet people, introduce yourself. Like, people wanna talk, people wanna meet other like-minded individuals. That is a fact, right? And so much of what we've built with Infatuation has been rooted in bringing like-minded people together around shared interests, you know? And, you know, there's a lot that you can do when you think about things that way.
Yeah.
Which is what you're doing with like this type of thing, right? You're taking, you know, entrepreneurship is there, you know, we connect because we both are wired the same way of like, oh shit, we're gonna build something. It's gonna be awesome. Like, we're gonna try at least, and we're gonna get after it, and we're gonna find different ways to market. And that's what you're doing with this type of show, which is really cool for a company like yours. And like, out of the box. You got it, man. For sure.